Hey everyone, welcome back to Bucks UK TV. It's episode 147. Tom, Poppy, and Marianna are still here. We are now on to talking about the Carolina Panthers. Poppy, we'll start with you. I kind of think early in the year we were like Panthers twice, end of the season, happy days, but they just held the Chiefs to 3 points, so they almost turned them over. How worried do we need to be? Do you think?
I think fairly worried, but I think everyone watching this as a Bucks fan, I don't think you can go into any game not being a little bit worried. But yeah, I think we all know as well that Canales is he's a good coach and very, very, very good with quarterbacks. I might be in the minority, but I am quite happy to see Bryce Young doing well. I hope that he doesn't do that well against us. But yeah, it does look good that he's having the resurgence. But yeah, I think we need to be fairly worried. But I think that especially the momentum that we've got after that big win after the bye week, I think it should be a good game.
Okay, right. So, Tom, we'll start with how we're going to stop the Panthers from scoring. I think you were mentioning Adam Thielen as being a target, the target.
I mean, he's the target. Um, yeah, they've got a tight end. Can't remember his name now. The new tight end,
Sanders.
Sanders, who's got
I
Benji
can't remember his first
yesterday.
name.
yeah, just
Yeah,
Sorry?
T on the same.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he's he's looked fairly impressive of late, but Thielen being back fit for them is a massive plus. And Chuba Hubbard has been excellent. Obviously, earning himself a new contract. Um, but stopping the run is something that we over the years have been particularly good at. So I'd be hopeful we could stop Chuba. I think if we can stop Chuba, force Bryce Young to throw more than they probably want him to, that's where we could get at them. So yeah, that would be the best thing to do.
yeah. It's a good point. And Mariana, Tom mentions the tight end, and I see Poppy nodding as well. They've got plenty of tight ends on the Panthers roster. It's quite similar to the Bucks in some sort of ways. And dare I say it, we all know when we saw in the prevent defense against the Giants, the one hole seemed to be in the middle, and just repeat, 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 throwing over the middle. So I think the Panthers might be able to move the ball on us.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of funny just being a Texas college fan. I'm familiar with both Jatavian Sanders, who came out of Texas, as well as Jonathan Brooks, who's now coming into the team for the Panthers as well at running
Mm,
back.
mm, mm.
So both of those had really good college careers for Texas, and so I know that they are threats. Um, in terms of running back, they do have that sort of double threat now. I think because Jonathan Brooks, I think that was his first game this weekend, so we might see a bit more of share between Hubbard and Brooks, depending on how he comes in. So it might change up the run game a little bit. We've not just got Hubbard to sort of play against, and as you say, that then also changes that sort of up the middle. And then they've got the wide receiver Leggett, I think
Yeah,
it is.
Xavier Leggett. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've only got five receivers on the roster. It's quite thin.
he's he's again he's a
Mm,
rookie this year, but he's sort of come on alongside sort of Bryce Young. So as
mm.
Bryce Young has felt like he's been getting a little bit better as the season's been going on, Leggett has been coming on as well. So they are a bit more dangerous, and I think they could. Canales knows us. That's the thing. He knows us, and so he's got that advantage of knowing that we've got that weakness in the middle. Anyway, he may have a little bit of an advantage and know how to take advantage of us, and we might see him sort of use that insider knowledge as is against us a bit. So I do think we've got a little bit to be worried about there. I really do.
Yeah, they might be dressing Devin Tompkins or something, the same way they're going to, like the same way the Saints brought Jameis Winston on to throw a trick play touchdown.
Yeah.
You can see them trying to rub it in. All right, let's move to the other side of the ball then. Poppy, how are we going to move the ball against the Panthers, do you think?
I think just keep up what we've been doing, really. Liam Cohen has been, I think, genuinely working miracles. I know that we've got a lot of talent, but the way that he's utilizing every single player, hopefully Tristan is back as
Mm,
well. I know that
mm,
a lot of obviously we mentioned against the Giants, School did well. I think we need Tristan more against Panthers than we did for Giants. But yeah, it's just all about utilising every player. So Bucky having another big game, Rashard having another game. I think I really do have a lot of time for Rashard White, actually. And I'm not really, I don't know, I like that there's a bit of competition there, but actually I like the fact that there's both of them together in tandem. So it's just making sure that all of them stay in there. Hopefully we see a couple of touchdowns from Mike as well, just to get him back
Yeah,
in.
I mean, how aggressive or downfield do you think we need to be? I think sometimes in that period where we didn't have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, it felt like the field compressed down a little bit. Yes, the running game was working great, and we got K-Dot and other people involved, but it didn't feel like we were going to stretch it. It didn't feel like the safeties could cheat up against us, and they weren't really sort of hanging back or scared.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing with Mike is that it like you've just alluded to there, every player hates going up against Mike.
Mm.
Apart from obviously Lattimore. But yeah, so I think we've just got to make the most out of that. And also just having him on the field. Yesterday I noticed a lot of times he was in there. I'm not sure if they were doing it on purpose, but he was distracting some of the players as well. They thought that we were going to throw it down the field for him and then actually ended up running it. So it's just, yeah, making the most out of him being on there, scaring everyone, thinking that he'll be able to just go long like he does.
Okay, then Tom. Okay, Tom, you're playing Madden. You're calling the formations. What plays are we going to be dialing up?
As Poppy said, I think it's just the similar sort of things we've done all season. I think now that we've got that sort of threat on in the run game, it opens up loads in the passing game. We've been saying it for years. We can just get the run game going. It'll just make everything so much easier. And it started to get going with Brady and Fournette. But now we've got all these weapons. Four different players scoring a rushing touchdown yesterday, and then 11 different receivers.
Mm.
It's a big advantage to have that many players that you can call upon, because you line up and nobody knows where the ball's going. The likelihood it probably is going to someone like Mike, or we are going to hand it off to Bucky or Rashard. But we can throw a ball to Jalen McMillan or Trey Palmer, who are talented players. Trey Palmer showed last season if you leave him with space, he will just blitz past you and score. So you can't leave him alone. So yeah, I think just keep on using all the players and all the talent we have, really.
Yeah, and watch out. Payne Durham might get his second reception.
Exactly. What
Strangest
a catch
things
that
can
was, by
happen.
the way, as well. What a
It
catch
really
from Payne Durham.
was.
A great catch. So,
Anytime we see a tight end rumbling for 26 yards, something's going well. Marianna, one thing I will say, and we've said it all year long, first down, run up the gut. It felt like we kind of reverted a little against the Giants. Are we going to see more of that, or are we going to see something a bit more exciting, do you think?
I think you kind of use what can work. I think we've all kind of alluded to already that Bucky, he's got such a patient style of play in the way that he runs, and he just has an ability to see the gap forming before it does. That he doesn't just blast through. He's so good at running between the tackles and doing that run up the gut, because he doesn't just run straight at the back of his own O-line, but he'll take 2 steps, see the hole opening, cut to it, through it, and it doesn't have to be a huge gap there. He pops out the other side, and you think, well, how did he do that? Where did he go? Where did he come from? How did he do that? So I think we can now almost, she says, safely almost do a sort of first down run up the gut. I guess it's if you feel it will work, and obviously they saw something against the Giants that made them think that would be a better tactic to use because of who the Giants D were, and maybe where they probably had sort of an advantage in maybe pass rush, and so maybe we thought we'd just run it up the gut a bit more, and that would be the tactic. So I trust in Liam Cohen that he's going to adjust to what we see from the Panthers. I must admit, I haven't watched a lot of the Panthers this year, but I feel
I don't
like
think anyone has, including Panthers fans.
but I feel like, you know, if he knows that people can have success running up the gut, then you will see Bucky taking those carries probably more predominantly because he can make those cuts. But if Cohen knows that they're weak to the sidelines, then you might see Rashad White more because we use him sort of also in that receiving role and you know, often to the sidelines. So I trust in what I've seen from Cohen so far that he will adjust to what's seen. I don't think it's a case of reverting. I think he was just playing, you know, where he thought he saw a weakness or what he's seen on film. And again, I hate to sort of judge them because I can't see the same X's and O's that they do, but I trust that he will, if it's, you know, 1-2 runs and then a pass on third, then I'm trusting that he's seen something on film that makes that the right thing. And he might make a mistake. You know, it's his first year really as this sort of leader. I know he played, you know, he coached some at the Rams as well, but this is, you know, his first sort of full year
with the Rams
as that OC leading a team and really stamping his own mark on it. And you can see it becoming an offense that fans really love. And so, yeah, I'm trusting in him. He's gonna. We might have a game or two where it looks like we're running it more up the gut, but then the next game it will be a change. So I have faith in the guy.
No, really good points. You've won me over. This was room 101. You're in. I think that's fine. Absolutely. So yeah, I'll come around each of you and ask you kind of who you think, you know, who needs to get the magic wand treatment this week. I'm going to already break my own rule and pick 3 players. You mentioned it. I'm going to take the interior of the offensive line. So you know, whether Worth's in or not, I'm sold on Gadecki and School. So actually, and I'm not saying the interior line have been doing any bad job whatsoever, but I feel like if they were to step up on Sunday, that would be the difference maker for me in the game. If we can command the line of scrimmage and push everyone back a yard every play, then it feels like that's going to be a very, very hard game for the Panthers. And I think everything will cascade and trickle after that. You know, those 3.1 yards a carry for Rashad White becomes 4.5 yards a carry. And then actually, you know, everything starts clicking. So that'll be my call. Poppy, who are you going to wave your magic wand at this week?
I think Mike Edwards is going to have to step up big time if Jordan Whitehead isn't in, and I do think it's trending towards him being out at least for this week. And in that same breath, Anton Winfield as well. We need both of those. That part of the field needs to be locked down, and they need to both make the kinds of stops that we know that they can make. So yeah, it's going to be those 2 for me.
Good call. I'm happy with that. Yep. Ball hawking. Tom, who's your wand wave at?
I want to wave it on Mike to get him about 200 yards, but yeah,
and a new pair of hamstrings.
Yeah. No, I think the defensive line would be a good place. We can get Vita can get as much pressure on Bryce Young as physically possible, and I'm sure he'll get a fair bit. But just put Bryce Young under pressure, put him under pressure, and make him make mistakes because you know he's still a young quarterback who's been under a lot of pressure, and they've had to take him out to sort of reduce that a little bit. Just make it difficult for him. And Vita's probably the best player to do that.
Marianna, you get a double. You can have your magic one, and then I want your score prediction as well.
Yeah, I'm actually with Tom on the D line. I want to see the way. I feel like we're still not getting the sort of amount of sacks that we should be. We're not getting the pressure consistently. Yesterday we saw 3 or 4 sacks. That's probably the most I've seen in a game, in one single game. And we saw them come from different players as well. We saw Cansey, we saw Vaya get one. So
and it was consistent pressure. You're absolutely right.
So that's what I want to see. I want to see them pick up from that and move on. And I want to see my mate JTS.
He was all right, actually. He had an all right game.
He had a good game.
He picked up a bit of a knock, it looked like. So I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely, I think, where my magic wand is as well. I think let's get consistent pressure again.
Okay then, and put your wand down, pick up the crystal ball.
Crystal ball is always, as ever, got its rose-tinted spectacles on and is predicting a Buccaneers win as usual. I'm going to say this one's going to be a bit closer than yesterday. I'm going to say this one is going to be a 28-21.
Oh, okay. Could come down to maybe who has the ball last or something. Okay, Poppy, your score prediction and reason why?
I think we'll win. But I think it will be 24-17. I think again, like I think it is gonna be a closer game. And what I want to happen is for us to just play both halves of the game together and well. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be closer than we would like.
Okay, but hey, Bucks win, we'll take it. Tom?
I don't think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be similar to what we just had this weekend. I think we're going to win 34-13,
I've
something
written
like that.
30-7 down again.
Yeah.
It's going to be exactly the same score
I
again.
was tempted to do that, but
And if it doesn't, then I get some stick for it, I don't care. But
Someone tell me what Betfred's got on for 30-7 because I reckon it's worth a punt.
have you got it up already?
No, I should go and find
okay.
it. So what was your score then?
I said 34-13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as the Bucks points still rolling, that'd be nice. And for all of us and our blood pressure, it would probably be quite nice. There's been too many Christmas shopping trips and things where I've been like, oh my God, what's going on? I'm just like trying to listen to it as I'm running around in a car visiting relatives. Luckily, we're not quite into the festive season yet, but yeah, I could do with no cardiac kids, please, this week. Okay, well, that's 4 Bucks wins. Clearly, it's going to happen. It's in the stars. It's ordained. We'll wait and see. We'll come back next week and see if we were right. But if there is points for positive mental attitude, I think you'll find we'll all be there. Tom, Poppy, Marianna, thank you very much. Thank you guys also for watching us, and we shall see you or speak to you next time. And as ever, go Bucks!
Go Bucks!
Go Bucks!